Hey, what's up, guys? It's Joseph here, and we're back with another kind of one-off video. We're playing Batman Return to Arkham Asylum, and then in the next episode we'll be doing Arkham City, but I essentially just want to do a bunch of the challenge map stuff with this. So I am going to go to my save file, which is 1% complete. I've played about 30 minutes so far of the main story. I played through a good 2 hours of it on PC, but I kind of stopped playing it. And because I was waiting to get this version of the game, and I got the physical version of Return to Arkham, which I didn't know came with 2 discs. One disc because like both games have separate menu icons on the home menu, which is cool. So we're gonna. I don't know if I want to try challenge mode or let's try. I've never played as Joker in this game. I've known he was in this game, like you could play as him in this stuff, but I've never done it, and I've always wondered how he compares to Batman. So we'll play through this thing with Joker first, and I'm not very good at the combat. I have gotten better since I first ever played Arkham Asylum, which was last year at some point. I had never played any of the Arkham games. I had played Arkham Origins briefly. Before, and by briefly, I mean I played about 20 minutes of just the challenge map stuff, I think. So far, Joker seems, decent. It's a little jarring because I don't like the way he moves. But overall, it's essentially just the same thing as Batman. I also don't remember how to do the, like when they're on the ground dazed, how do you do those attacks? How do you do when they're on the floor about to get up, you're able to, like, punch them in the head? I don't remember exactly how to do that right now. Because you have to, I know it's 2 buttons. I don't remember what buttons they are. Round complete. I don't know if this one's endless. I'm pretty sure it is. I think all of these are endless, honestly. Damn, Joker. Frickin' just swinging your arms around like a crazy person. Dang, who knew Joker could actually fight? Because in, like, the Joker movie, he's like a scrawny motherfricker, so if you can get up to him without him having any protection, like, Joker will get his ass whooped in the Joker movie universe. Because he's scrawny as hell. Like, they had to, like, throw special effects all over Joaquin Phoenix's body and make him skinny as fuck. I hope that was special effects. I'm dumb for not knowing if it's special effects or not when it clearly is. Alright, round 3, let's go. There's a lot of enemies. I feel like I'm playing Dynasty Warriors. But yeah, these Arkham games, I've been following them for years. Like, I've watched Let's Plays of all the games. I know how they all end. I know everything about them from I know everything about them that you could possibly figure out from never actually playing them that much. So I know this. I don't know exactly what to do in the story, like, at the top of my head, because I've never played it, and it's been I watched those Let's Plays of the first 2 games like freaking years ago. Like I think it was probably like 2013 when I had watched Let's Plays of the first 2 games, and then Arkham Knight came out, and I was so excited, and I watched a full Let's Play of that. Shout out to Nightwing01 and the K-Wings, because those were the Let's Plays I watched. One of the reasons why I wanted a Wii U so badly is because I wanted Arkham City Armored Edition, which I don't know exactly if that's a good version of Arkham City. I think it is, because they had the audacity to call it Armored Edition, which implies that it's a better edition than the original. But yeah, these remasters of the Arkham games are, I think, personally pretty... Oh god, I'm about to die. I think these are personally pretty good remakes, or not remakes, they're remasters of the original Arkham games, the first 2. I think it says on the back of the box that they're like completely remade with a new engine, which I assume is the Unreal Engine 4. And when I first saw the title screen of this game and like just saw Batman standing on like the gargoyle or whatever, I was like, holy crap, this looks kind of weird. Like, his face looks like kind of way too comic booky for its own good. Like, Batman's face looks very jarring for me. I don't know why. And like on the title screen, it kind of looked almost cel shaded, to be honest. Oh, it's only, how many rounds was that? That was 3 rounds? That wasn't bad. Cool, and then you get farther in the actual game and you unlock these. Should I do the Batman one? Yeah, because now I have a high score for this one. I might as well get myself a good high score for this one, which by good I mean good enough for me, not actually good. Because, you know, I'm not good at video games. I recently watched Birds of Prey for the first time. You know, essentially the Harley Quinn movie. It's really what it is. And I watched it, but I started watching it like a couple days before I actually finished it, and I got about 10 minutes or less into the movie, and I don't know why, I was just kind of I was kind of feeling off just that day, and it was kind of a shitty day, and I was high while watching that movie, and I got to the part at the beginning where Black Mask has the family tied up, and he's cutting off their faces, and I don't know why, I've never had to turn off a movie due to feeling uncomfortable, but I just had to turn off that movie. I don't know why. I didn't even do that when I watched the Saw movies. Like, it was just that one part where it's just like this family being tied up, and he's like cutting their faces off, and I'm like, alright man, I'm just gonna watch the SpongeBob movie instead. Yeah, and then I finished it like a couple days later, and I was fine, but I don't know why. I just felt really not good when that scene played. I was like, okay, moving on to a different movie. But yeah, I think it was a good movie. I liked it. It was just, I'm just like so weirded out that I had to stop watching the movie completely because I felt uncomfortable watching that scene out of nowhere. But when I rewatched it, when I finished watching the movie 2 days later, I started it over from the beginning and I watched that scene and I was fine. It was just, I don't know, I guess it was just the fact that I wasn't feeling alright beforehand when I watched that scene. And it wasn't like gross. It just made me like visibly and physically uncomfortable. Just like the scenario of it, like him holding like what I thought was an innocent family upside down and doing that, like, bro, that's not okay, and I didn't like that. And but yeah. And another, I don't remember what channel I was watching. They were talking about Birds of Prey and how the reason how it didn't do that well, and the fact that it's a big Harley Quinn thing, but they made it rated R. And all the people who watched Suicide Squad, at least a good chunk of them, that were into Harley Quinn, like, hell yeah, Harley Quinn, those were people who probably might not be allowed to see rated R movies. So essentially younger teenagers, like the people who read YA novels and stuff, like the edgy teenagers. They're the ones who are big on Harley Quinn, I would assume, for the most part. And then they made Birds of Prey rated R, and alienated half of the people who liked Suicide Squad for Harley Quinn, which is the reason why Harley Quinn's so popular right now. I mean, she was popular before, but I feel like Suicide Squad really made Harley Quinn popular, like beyond what she had ever been before. But I feel like making Birds of Prey rated R was a bad idea. And normally I would say that's a good idea. It's just the fact that half the people who like the movie version of Harley Quinn now they're probably just a somewhat younger audience. So it would make sense to at least try to make it PG-13. It would have definitely made more money if it was PG-13. So now we're gonna do these. These I think are all endless. This one you die in one hit. I've played this one a bunch. I want to try one that I've never actually played before. Let's just work our way backwards, because I don't think I've played any of these 4 of them. So we'll work our way backwards. I need to start a timer, which at this point, the timer will probably go on for about 20 minutes. And then another fun little thing that I did recently was hold on, let me pause this for a second. I gotta set a timer. Another cool thing that I did recently was well, actually, today's Saturday. I did this yesterday, actually. I actually pre-ordered the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game physical for the Switch, from Limited Run, and I am actually pretty excited because I've not really played much of it. I actually had it on Xbox 360 before they delisted it, but I didn't get to play much of it at all. and I don't know why I bought it. I don't remember the circumstances that I bought it. It might have been a friend from school telling me that I should get it. I don't remember. And because the reason I bought it, well, the reason I never played much of it because it was my dad's Xbox 360, and so I technically wasn't really allowed on it, even though I had more games for it than he did, which is it's confusing, but just take my word for it. And I bought it with like one of those Xbox 360 like points cards or whatever, and I never really got to play it that much. And by the time I even wanted to play it at all, it was delisted, and because I had to uninstall it, because it wasn't like I wasn't supposed to even have it on there as a kid, but I uninstalled it and then it got delisted, and I don't know if it would have let me reinstall it. I don't think it did. Like I don't think that was a thing on the Xbox 360 because I haven't tried it. If you're able to reinstall an already purchased copy of Scott Pilgrim on Xbox 360 and PS3, let me know, because I'd like to know. And also, I just realized, did they bring back the 360 and PS3 versions? I don't think they did. Because I was about to say, they could undelist those, or like put up a new version on 360 and PS3, now that I think about it. I'm surprised they haven't done that. If they should do that if they haven't done that yet. But I'm very excited for the physical. I don't know if I'm gonna play the game before I get that physical. It's gonna be like September before I get it, obviously, because Limited Run is really bad about. They're good about picking good games to make physicals of, and their stuff is high quality. But they take forever to ship out. I feel like part of the reason would be because they release so many games at the same time, along with like partner store stuff, like from other publishers that Limited Run helps out or something. Limited Run games, I feel like, just got a little bit too big for their britches. I think it's fair to say that. I'm not gonna stop buying games from them. Like some people have completely stopped doing the low print thing. I think it's cool. I have a couple sealed low print games. One of them's not really low print, but it is limited, and Mario 3D All-Stars. I will never open that. As far as I can tell, I don't think I'll ever have a reason to open it because I have it digitally. And the Best Buy that I technically worked at, it was seasonal. They laid off all the seasonal people. They still have like 1,000 copies of 3D All-Stars, and I don't know what anyone was worried about that game being hard to find.
Someone held Bat Baby up off the floor.
Shut up, Joker. But yeah, 3D All-Stars definitely, like, when that game was announced, I pre-ordered it the same day. And I got it on release day, but it's not, I don't think it was, people should have been panicking and selling it for $1 billion gajillion online, because in the end, they had nothing to worry about. I don't know if it's like that in like other states, but here in Missouri, 3D All-Stars is like in every store that sells Switch games. Like at the Best Buy that I worked at until this month, at the beginning of the month, they laid off all the seasonals, but I don't even need to say that because I could just say I was there the other day, because I was. They have like way too many copies that no one is buying because they have so many copies. And it's the same thing with Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk's a different story. God, stop getting hit, Batman. Stop it. It's not funny. Get out of here. What was I saying? Fuck, I don't remember. Oh yeah, 3D All-Stars. But I have a good chunk of limited run games, but I only have 2 limited run games like sealed, and that's Blaster Master 1 and 2, or Blaster Master 0. But I also have the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 1 physical. I have the Gunvolt Chronicles physical, but that was from like their partner store or whatever. And then I also have the first Turok, and I have Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I think I have another. Oh yeah, I have Windjammers. I love Windjammers. I'm so excited for Windjammers 2. And then what else do I have? I don't know if I have any more. I'd have to look. I have over 100 Switch games, but I have about 30, almost 40 physical Switch games. I have way more digital. But the ones I have pre-ordered currently that I'm waiting to come in are Mighty Gunvolt Burst, the Game Boy Color Shantae port on the Switch, and then I have Doom 64 for the Switch, and now Scott Pilgrim. And I'll definitely be pre-ordering Castlevania Anniversary Collection, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, and Dusk. I'm very excited about the Dusk physical. And I also hope that since Ion Fury, which is a 3D Realms first-person shooter game, I hope that since that got a physical for Switch, that Limited Run helped sell. I hope Limited Run helps do a physical for the new like Kingpin Reloaded or whatever game, like the remaster of that one 3D Realms FPS game. And then I also hope that they help do a physical for Wrath Aeon of Ruin on Switch. That would be awesome, because I want physicals of those two games. Also, I'm confused of why no limited or low print company has gotten their hands on Crysis Remastered yet, because Crysis Remastered should have gotten a physical, and I don't think it's too late for it to get a physical. I think people would still buy it physically. I was surprised to find out, like, when they announced it, the release date for Switch, I hadn't, like, looked up any information about any physicals. God, I'm really holding up right now. Fuck! As I said, I was surviving pretty well. I just get absolutely almost killed. But yeah, I think Crysis Remastered should definitely still get a physical. Fuck! One of the games that is on the Switch digitally that I'm the most I'm like so salty about this game. Oh fuck, I wanted to quit, not retry. I am so salty that this game doesn't have a physical, and that's Grid Autosport, because it was delisted off of Steam. I don't know why. It's still on the eShop, but it was. Why is my score gone? That sucks. My score didn't save because I pressed retry, I think, and then I quit. That's okay. But Grid Autosport, the fact that the new Grid is out, like, it's not new, but it's the newest one, and Grid Autosport is, I think, I don't think it's a better game. I think it's probably better for some people. Like, I would still play it if it was on Steam, because I never got to get it. Oh shoot. Oh, it's a stealth thing? I don't want stealth. Hell no. Stealth can suck my wiener. But I wanted Grid Autosport to get a physical release, because physical releases of racing games that have like actual licensed cars in them is probably a good thing to have physically, because of all those licensed car deals and stuff might expire, and then those games might get delisted. I don't know how it actually works, but it's probably a good idea to get games like Grid and stuff physically. Which is why I should have bought, because I have the new Grid on PS4, but I should have gotten it digitally. I mean, I should have gotten it physically. I got it digitally because it was on sale. But I would prefer to have it physically. The only, like, racing game that I have that has, like, licensed cars and stuff in it that I have physically at all anyways, at least for newer consoles, is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered on the Switch. I have a bunch of digital ones, like I got Need for Speed Heat digitally on PS4, as well as the new Grid. I have WRC 8 on Switch digitally. I have Gear Club Unlimited 1 digitally on Switch. Okay, that guy, I hate that guy. He sucks. And then I don't know. I got a good chunk of racing games, but not too many. I wanted to get the Horizon Chase Turbo physical, and I could easily get it now. Like, it's pretty easy to find. It's just the fact that it's like $40 now. When I mean, it's really only $10 less than what it originally went for. But I just wish I could have gotten that back when it was $30. Because like on it, it's technically still, the retail price is still $30. It's just the fact that it's a kind of a limited print game, kind of, because it's from a company that does low print Switch games, PM Studios or whatever. But it's still easy to find. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just having a big old chat about limited run releases. And I also regret not getting any of the limited run PS4 stuff, because now I really want that Red Faction physical. I want the Star Wars Bounty Hunter physical. Fuck, dude, this is hard. I'm gonna die. I'm not good enough to talk and play this game. I feel like I would do a little bit better if I was constant. Fucking Christ. I feel like I would do a little bit better if I wasn't talking, but I'm trying to actually talk more about, like, things that matter in these videos. Like, not just reacting to the game like a guy yelling at his TV all day. I think this is a good point to stop this episode so I can do the Arkham City video, because that one has skins and, like, other characters you can play as, and you can bet we're going to be doing Nightwing and Robin when we play that. So I guess if you like this video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. Comment down below, because I love reading and responding to your guys' comments. It makes me really happy. And then don't forget to subscribe, because it really does help out a lot. And without further ado, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.